Slack Attack.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Attack, your first stop for titillating tactical Starfield gameplay, and this is all about overhauling the Star Eagle. This is the spaceship, the free spaceship that you get for completing the Free Star Rangers quest line. You want to know how to do this? Follow the previous videos in this walkthrough. Okay, so this is the Star Eagle. I went over it at the end of the previous video showing you how a lot of the HABs inside are completely useless. The main allure of this ship, or the main benefits of the ship, is it gives you a lot of Star Design Rank 4 parts, which you would otherwise not get unless you actually got Starship Design Rank 4. Okay, we don't really have Rank 1 in this walkthrough. But yeah, that's the main benefit of the ship. But a lot of the parts on the ship are completely useless. Mostly the HABs. This is the engineering bay, completely useless. I mean, okay, if you like something that gives you the sense that you're walking through the engine room of a ship rather. Okay, yeah, this will provide that cosmetic, benefit. But other than that, completely non-functional. Upstairs, there are several more non-functional HABs. They don't provide any benefit whatsoever. I went over this quickly in the end of the previous video. There's a cockpit. In the back here is the captain's brig, which is basically a jail. Why you want this? All it does is offer a couple of extra beds, which are supposed to be jail cells, but really that's it. Here's the office, and then here is, I believe, the Stroud living quarters, which doesn't even have a bed. All it has is a galley. Oh no, it does have a bed, but no storage crate. So yeah, we're gonna change all this. We're gonna change the Star Eagle into something way more functional, and this is only going to cost 17,000 credits. That's it, 17,000 credits, and this is going to be way more functional. We're working on this for about a day and a half. A beautiful little plan here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the cargo hold and how much space is in there. Okay, so we currently have 3,420 kilos of space in the cargo hold, and that's on the back of completing the outposts. Strike that, the payloads skill. We got payloads up to rank 4, so ship cargo holds have 50% more capacity. Normally this would have about 2,000 and change cargo hold capacity, but now it's up to 3,400 because we have rank 4 of payloads. Alright, and we're going to give it more cargo space as well. Alright, so let's get busy. Star Eagle makeover. Okay, I got a beautiful little plan. Mr. Laptop has got it all laid out exactly what to do. Let's get to it. Okay, we're going to start out by deleting the Nova. There's a bit of a jump cut there because I ended up pressing the wrong button and I went to the Windows desktop. Okay, so here I'm back now. Yeah, here are the Nova radiators. These things right here. Okay, delete those. Okay, and you have two more parts here. The Stroud Cowling 1 LAPT, and then there's another one on the other side. Okay, so that's port, that's starboard. Delete this, and delete this. Alright? Next, here are the engines. As you can see, here's some of the parts that you get that have Starship Design Rank 4. So we're getting this for free, even though we don't have Starship Design Rank 4. But yeah, that's one of the benefits of the Star Eagle. It has a lot of parts like this. Okay, so grab these two engines here and just rip them off like that, and grab these two caps here, rip them off like that. Okay, then I'll just leave the landing gear and do the same thing on the other side. Find the engines, select them both, grab them off, put them neatly over there, and find these two structural parts which are just for, like, cosmetics. Grab them off, and that'll just leave the landing gear. Okay, so you got two landing gears here, one there and one there. Okay, now you can do something really weird, but trust me, it's gonna work. You're gonna take this landing gear and stick it over here. Okay, and you're gonna take this landing gear and stick it over here, and all will become apparent once it's complete. Okay, once having done that, the missiles. Swap landing gear, we did that. Next, move the missiles forward. Okay, so here are your missiles. There's two of them. There's one there, and there's one there. What we're going to do is move them here. Okay, so let's just take this off. Select it, edit, move down 3 levels. Approve or accept and bring it over. You should be able to snap it on there like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Take this missile, take it off, edit, down 3 levels, accept, grab it and move it over and stick it right there. Alright? Having done that, we can now delete these 2 wings. Nova Wing Starboard and Nova Wing Port. Delete those. And you can also delete this thing here, the Stroud Cap C aft top. Swinging around to the bottom here, and this thing here, the Deimos Belly aft, you can delete that. And finally swinging around to the front, this Nova Cowling 2LTF, you can delete that. Alright? Done all that? Next, the cockpit. Let me just go up a couple levels. This is entirely a personal decision, but I just don't like this cockpit. I don't think you have to do this, but there may be only certain cockpits that fit with the landing bay that I'm going to add. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to add the Deimos Enhanced Cockpit. All the way down to the bottom here. This one here. You could also put any of these 4. The Samurai Cockpit, the Samurai Enhanced, the Daimyo, or the Daimyo Enhanced. This one will offer the most extra cargo space. This one gives 200, this gives 220, this one gives 240, this one gives 260. Okay, so let's slap that sucker on. Next, the control station. This is another one of the useless halves. This thing here. We're going to replace this with the Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters 2x1. So you can go ahead and delete this, and then spin it around, point to the cockpit and press add, and you're going to look through your halves for the Nova Galactic parts. Go all the way to the top, and scroll on down, find the Nova Galactic 2x1. Here we go, Nova Galactic all-in-one berth 2x1A, and you're going to scroll through the variants by using these controls right here. You can use those 2 previous next variant, scroll through the variants and find the Captain's Quarters. There it is right there. Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters 2x1 and add. Okay? Captain's Quarters has a bed, has a galley, and it has a storage crate with 150 storage. Alright, so you already made this better. Next, landing bay. We want the this current landing bay, it lets you, let me just rip off these landing gear right here. So grab these, you want to do this anyways. Grab these 2 landing gear here, rip them off. And it allows you to see inside. This landing bay goes in like that instead of up like that. So it goes into the storeroom, and then you have to climb a ladder into the 2nd floor. I don't like this. I want the landing bay to come in and then go straight up to the 2nd floor like that. Alright. Besides, this storeroom is useless, and this engineering bay is useless, the brig is useless, and the Stroud living quarters is marginally useful. Okay, we're going to delete all those. So next is, we'll start with the landing bay. Don't delete this yet. First spawn in a new landing bay and use your controls here to go up to, say, level 5, and then go over to bays and add this Hope 4 landing bay. Alright, once you've added that, you can see here it's got these red lines underneath. That means it's not on the proper level. You have to bring it down until those lines turn green. Okay, so let's just slide it over out of the way. Do this before you delete this one, otherwise everything's going to go haywire. Okay, so hover over it, press edit, and you're going to bring it down until it turns green. So bring it down, 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 turns green. There you go. Accept. Now it's on the right level. Now you can delete this landing bay without the ship sinking down through the floor. Okay, delete that. You can bring this one over and attach it right there, and you're good to go. Now you have a landing bay that goes in, and you go up, and you're on the second floor right away. All right? Who loves you? Slack loves us. That's right. Don't you forget it. Next, we're going to delete the brig, the completely useless brig, taking up 2 by 2. Okay? These Strouts or bracers, you want to keep them. So let's rip those off and attach them to the... Not there. Right there. Take this over here. Yeah, attach it to these landing gear here. This is wrong. This should be up one level. There we go. Okay, yeah. Attach them to the upper level of these Stroud cabs. Same with the other side. Okay, so I'm getting a little disorganized here. Let me just put everything neatly back so you can picture what's going on here. Okay? I'm going to put these two back together and these two back together eventually. Put this out of the way like that. Okay, so it's nicely blown apart. Keep these landing gear out so that you can see what's going inside. And let's bring it on into this 2x2 rig. Delete that. And you want to take the reactor. Here's another thing that comes with the Star Eagle. This reactor, this is a fantastic reactor. For a Class A reactor, and it gives 29 power generated. Check it out. This is comparable with many Class C reactors. And you'd only be able to get this if you had Starship Design Rank 4. So this is one of the things you get with the Star Eagle. Let's just grab this and the grab drive, pull them off like that, out of the way. And these leftover thrusters, you could just delete them. This here, you can delete that. There's 2 more on the side of the cockpit that you can delete. Delete that and delete that. Okay, so we disconnected that. Now we can see clearly inside. Here's the useless storeroom, and here's the completely useless engineering bay 3x1. Don't delete the engineering bay yet. What you want to do is grab it and move it back 1 level. So back like that. Okay? Now you have a 2x1 space open here. Delete the storeroom. Bring it on around like this. Point to this attach point here. Add, and you're going to add... What am I going to add, Mr. Laptop? Move engineering back 1. Add the Deimos living quarters 2x1. So swing it on over to Habs. Go all the way to the top. Down to the Deimos 2x1s, the all-in-one berth 2x1s. Scroll through the variants until you get to the living quarters. There it is right there. Deimos living quarters 2x1. Add that. Okay? Once you've added that, it won't attach here because there is no access point at the end of the landing bay. The access point is on top. So don't worry if you see a space here. That's perfectly alright. What happens is there's a ladder that goes down in here like that. Alright? Having done that, you can now delete the engineering bay 3x1. Delete that. Swing it on around. Point to this Deimos living quarters 2x1. You're going to add another one exactly the same. Add. At the Deimos all-in-one berth. Scroll through the variants until you get to the living quarters. Add another one. Boom. There we go. Right? Next. Replace storeroom. I'm just looking at my laptop here. Did that. Okay, now we're going to work on this level here. And here we're going to add, to replace the brig, which was the 2x1, we're going to add 2 halves. Strike that. To replace the brig, which was a 2x2, we're going to add 2 2x1s. Starting with, point here to the Nova Galactic's captain's quarters. Add, and you're going to add the tiles workshop mid 2x1. So go all the way down to the bottom till you find the tile stuff, and then you're looking for the mid, that one right there. Not tile all in one berth 2x1 mid. Okay, it must say mid. And you scroll through the variants, you're going to find the workshop. Is it the workshop? Yep, it's the workshop. There it is. Tiles workshop 2x1 mid. Add that. Okay, and on the side of this, we're going to slap on, point to that, we're going to add the Deimos Infirmary 2x1. So go all the way back to the top, find the Deimos stuff, find the 2x1, all in one bird 2x1, scroll through the variants until you find the Infirmary. There it is right there. Deimos Infirmary 2x1. Add that. And make sure that it's in line, because this is not in line. We want it exactly in line with this. So let's just slide it back like that. Okay? So just to recap. Oh, wait a minute. We have to swap this one out. This is one of the original parts as well. So swing it on over to the starboard side and delete this, the Stroud Living Quarters 2x1. And here you're going to add another Deimos Living Quarters 2x1. All these Deimos 2x1 living quarters have a storage crate in them, and a storage crate that has 150 kilo space. Okay, these are incredibly useful. There we go, Deimos Living Quarters 2x1. Okay, and that's all the halves replaced. Okay, so just to recap, Nova Galactic's Captain's Quarters 2x1, Deimos Living Quarters 2x1, in the back here another Deimos Living Quarters 2x1, Tiles Workshop 2x1 mid, Deimos Infirmary 2x1, and a Deimos Living Quarters 2x1. That's all the halves replaced. Okay, and now the ship is way more functional. Next, add horizon weapon mounts. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so on this, I'm going to call this the second floor. Okay, on the second floor, on the side of the Deimos Infirmary, on the front here, you're going to attach, go over to structural, and at the very top you see horizon weapon mount. Add one of those. Swing it on around to the starboard side. Here on the side of the living quarters, do the exact same thing. Add horizon weapon mount. Having done that, now you're going to move the lasers. There's one laser there, and there's one laser there. You're going to move them down to the weapon mount. So just grab the laser, rip it off, edit, move down 2 or 3 levels. Let's say 4 levels. Accept and slide across, and it should snap on there like that. Same thing with the laser on the other side. Rip it off, hover over it, edit, down 3 or 4 levels, accept, move it over, and snap it onto the weapon mount. Okay? Next, you're going to grab the shield generator here, bring it off there like that, and grab the docker and bring it off there like that. Alright? Now we can delete the entire upper level. Starting with the Stroud Captain's Quarters, bye-bye. Storeroom, bye-bye. Deimos Wing A starboard, bye. Deimos Wing C starboard, bye. And here, delete and delete. Just delete the entire top floor, alright? And you should be able to snap these on without having to bring them down, but I like to put the docker right here. So let's just bring it over so you can snap it on there like that. If you're having problems, hover over it, edit, down 1 level, accept, and then bring it on over, and it'll snap like that. Okay, so the docker there, and the shield generator there. And that's it. And the engine bracers go here. Okay, so the second floor, these engine bracers go right there. There you go. Beautiful. And let's put these landing gear back here, just like it is on the other side. And this engine bracer goes here. Okay, and now just grab these engines and this landing gear like combination. Just double click it to accept to what's the word? to select the whole thing and bring it over and snap it there like that. Same thing with this one. Double click to select the whole thing, bring it over and snap it like that. Then double click this one here to select everything and bring it over and snap it on to the engine bracers like there. See, like just like that. Same thing with this one. Bring it on over and snap it there like that. Beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Now, you want to take, this is for preparing for future modifications, which we may or may not. I'm probably going to make them, but this is like phase 1 of the redesign. Okay, take the grab drive, rip it off here, and we're going to basically swap the order. So put the grab drive there, and then stick the reactor on the back like that. Okay, that's preparing for some future modifications. And there we go. It's all back together. And so far, that's only cost you 13,442 credits. Let's add some cargo, extra cargo. Okay, zoom in here like this. Point to the SA4330 engine and attach. Swing on over to cargo. Cargo. And we're going to put the best one we can put on, the StorMax 50 cargo hold. Slap one in there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. StorMax 50 cargo. And that's it. That's the redesign. All in 16,742 credits. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. And don't you forget it. Alright? And the only thing about this redesign is, as you can see, there's no issues whatsoever. Okay? All systems nominal. And it keeps all the original weapons. Although I would reassign this. I would totally reassign everything. I would put weapon 0 as the laser, because that's, you know, that's what you want as your primary weapon, the laser. And I would put weapon 1 as the missile launcher, and weapon 2 I would put as the suppressors, the electromagnetic weapons. There we go. So all weapons assigned. So once again, W0 laser, W1 missile launcher, and W2 suppressor. Makes a lot more sense in combat, because typically you're going after the enemy's shield. And if you want to use the suppressor to take over the other guy's ship, you can, but it's like, that's optional. Typically when you go into combat, you're going into a group of ships, and you can't commandeer a ship until you destroy, until it's the last one standing. So typically you want to, you know, blast away with a laser, then you bring down the shields, blast away with the missile launcher, and then when you got the last one standing, start using your suppressor, right? So it makes a lot more sense to have the laser as weapon 0, your primary weapon. Alright? Done and done. And I'm going to give it a paint job. The only thing about this redesign job is these StorMax cargo holds, you can't, there's only one color option. They must remain green. The other thing that you can, you know, it's just drives me nuts. So to work with that, it's going to make the whole ship green. So let's just select the whole ship color, and we're going to make it like as close to this green as possible. So let's just choose this. No, that's not good. Maybe this. Maybe bring it on over to the yellow side a little bit, like that, and bring the brightness down a little bit. Make it as close to this color as possible, and bring down the saturation a little bit. Brighten up just a little bit. Yeah, like just like that. So it matches that. Okay? And color 2, same thing. Actually, what I should do is just accept, and then that swatch will now be available as a swatchable color. And it should be this one right here. So color 2. There we go. And color 3, black. So just bring brightness right down. And there we go. Looking pretty good. Except, there you go. That's our new ship. You could call it like the Green Hornet or something like that. I'm not going to rename it just yet. Actually, I'm going to rename it Star Eagle 2. So that would be flight check, rename ship, rename. for now. Confirm. And we're good to go. Star Eagle 2. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, first of all, like I said, we're not going into the ship like this. Just point up, and you're already on the second floor. Don't have to climb any ladders. Here's our beautiful cockpit. Beautiful view. I love these cockpits. Nice, beautiful view. Here's your bed. Just like the yellow jacker, the bed is right close to the hatch, so you need to heal up. And let's say, take a look at the rest of the ship. Here is storage crate number 1 with 150 storage. And here's the workshop. This is different from the Nova Galactic workshop we had. It doesn't have a research lab. This one opens up the space a lot more. This is great, so if you got crew members milling around, you don't have to like wiggle past them or anything. But it only has the weapon workbench, the industrial workbench, and the spacesuit workbench. It doesn't have a research lab. That's why we added the infirmary, which is right here. Here's your research lab and a pharmaceutical lab. Okay, so you're fully loaded here. Fully loaded. You got every conceivable piece of equipment in this ship, including a galley. Here's your galley. I think there's 2 galleys. Okay, everything that you could want to craft or make is on the ship. All right, now I pointed out storage crate number 1. That's 150 storage there. Storage crate number 2 is right there. Storage crate number 3 is, take the ladder down here, or you just jump down. There's storage crate number 3. And storage crate number 4. 4 storage crates, all with 150 kilo storage. Alright? Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. So that's my Star Eagle redesign. Keeping all the original weapons. And it only costs you 17,000 credits. Less than 17,000 credits. Beautiful redesign. Now I want to field test these weapons on a whole bunch of missions. Like I said, I did complete my first playthrough using the Star Eagle and the original weapons, and my piloting skills back then totally sucked. So I think it's quite doable. But if you really wanted to make this into a total beast, I would add some particle beam weapons. But that means giving up your Starship rank 4 weapons, because all the weapons on this ship are Starship designed rank 4 weapons. And if you've been following this walkthrough, we don't have that yet. Although it's easy to get, but it's a little tedious. Starship design rank 4, I think it's in tech here. Here we go, Starship design rank 4. We'd have to plunk 4 skill points into it, and it's kind of a tedious process, like completing all the challenges. It's very doable, so, you know, it's no big deal, but it's kind of tedious. So that means giving up those weapons, because once you delete those weapons, you can't buy them back. Unless, I mean, you can get them back as long as you don't exit the shipbuilder menu. But once you exit the shipbuilder menu, confirm, you can't go back into the shipbuilder menu and buy them again, because they're not really available to you. They're just being given to you for free, if you know what I mean. Alright? Let's take it up for a test flight. There's enemies up here? Really? Okay. Actually, I'm using my missile without locking on.
You're no match for us.
Somebody else is shooting at these guys. That is very unusual that there's spacers up here
That was
above.
touch and go. Unidentified vessel. Please acknowledge.
Okay, we're busy. Sorry.
Fly safe.
Thank you. Okay, so we have 29 power bars at our disposal. You're bringing that up to 30 by bringing Vasco on as a crew member. Can we do that now? Crew. Yeah, Vasco. Yeah, we have to land the ship first. Okay, so primary weapon is lasers. Just want to accidentally shoot someone. Fantastic fire rate. Great recovery, recovers quickly. Secondary weapon is the missiles, a whopping 14 missiles. Of course, you have to be locked on for them to hit the enemy. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, kick ass. And your EM weapons if you want to take over a ship. And you can like take points out of the other weapons to increase the fire rate. Max that out. Fire indefinitely. So as long as you're in targeting mode. Yeah, it's pretty good. Run it through a few test, did some field testing on it. Like I said, completed the game with this, with my meager piloting skills in my first playthrough. But, what did I want to do? Let's go to Alpha Centauri anyways. Okay, the ship is down. Crew. And let's add Vasco. There we go. Confirm. Because of this anetronic fusion, I think this will add an extra power bar. And this will make our shield bigger. And our EM weapons more powerful. One thing my modifications did do is we dropped the jump range down by 1. It was originally 21. Because we added more mass, we dropped it down by 1. That's largely from the cargo holds, the extra cargo holds. So if you don't want that, we can just lose those. There will come a part of the game, of the main quest line, where we'll need a ship with 21 light year jump range. So what you could do is just, you know, delete those 2 cargo holds, and there you go, you automatically got a ship that meets that requirement. And another consequence, I believe, deleting all those halves is reduce the number of crew that we can have on board. Although everybody can only have 3 crew members by default anyways. I think this was 5 or 6 crew members by default. And deleting all those halves reduce the number of crew. But I'm not big on crew anyways, but if you're big on crew, that is one consequence. Let me just take it up and verify that we do have 3 power bars at our disposal here. Yep, we now have 30 power bars. So by adding Vasco, you get an extra power bar. Very good. Alright. Some final notes. Let's go back to New Atlantis. If you were going to upgrade the weapons, which would cost you about somewhere between 80 and 100,000 credits, I would definitely go all particle beam.
Got anything you need to offload?
I'm going to cover this in another video.
Kiosk right here for you. And
You definitely want to come here. Quiet too, we're doing a walkthrough here. Come to the guy, the ship services here at New Atlantis, because
sure. How about it?
The shipbuilder on your landing pad doesn't offer the reactor that he has. So go to shipbuilder, and the first thing I would do is replace this reactor so that you can start. This is once again a Class A reactor. It's astonishing, eh? That it gives 29 power. This is comparable to a lot of Class C reactors, but this is your bottleneck. You can't put any Class C parts on the ship until you change this reactor. So if I were going to do anything, first thing I would do is delete this, and then go over to reactors. Make sure you're here at New Atlantis. Go all the way down here, and add this sucker right here, the Fusor DC-401 reactor. Okay, it gives the exact same amount of power, but it's a Class C reactor, which means that you can add Class C parts, and it will fit perfectly right there. I redesigned the ship specifically so that you could make this modification. Okay, so that's 52,000 credits right there. Then what I would do is delete all the weapons except the suppressors. Keep the 2 suppressors and delete the missile and the lasers. Then I would add go to structural, and I would add this. This should fit. Not sure why this doesn't fit. It fit before. There's a conflict with this right here. Oh, now I remember. My bad. What you have to do is you have to take these 2 landing gear and move them forward 1, like that. Same thing on the other side. Okay, now you can put the Nova cowling here. There we go. So add that. This will give you 3 weapon mounts here, and it also gives like a beautiful sleek design. And another Nova cowling there. And then I would start loading up on the best particle beam weapons you could find. Go all the way to the bottom here until it starts getting grayed out. There it goes, grayed out, so we can't use those weapons because they require Starship design ranks. But right here, this one right here, PB300 Alpha Beam, I would add 4 of those, and then I would add 4 more of these ones here, 3340, and then just like have it totally loaded up. Your primary weapons with 4 particle beams, and your secondary weapon with 4 particle beams, and then that would turn this baby into just an utter beast, total destroyer. And then keep your suppressors as your 3rd weapon. But that will cost you a pretty penny. That will cost you upwards of 80 to 100,000 credits. Still well worth it. And we're probably going to do that later on. But for now, I just want to see how well it performs with the default weapons. Because like I said, my first playthrough, my piloting skills sucked. So I don't really have a clear idea of how well this performs. It did a couple of main missions like this morning, and these default weapons, they kick ass. They totally kick ass. So I don't see how far we can go with them. So I'm just going to cancel all those modifications and leave it just like that for now. Maybe just for cosmetic purposes, let's just add those cowlings, bring this forward like this, get it ready for some, you know, and add these cowlings. Pretty it up a little bit. This only costs you 1,000 credits. Okay, and get it ready for some major weapon upgrading. It costs you 1,000 credits. And paint it up. Dang it. Wish the game would give it the same swatches. Okay, I'm gonna have to select these like this. That's not bad. And color 3 black. There we go. Beautiful. Not exactly the same color, but I'll fix it up later off camera. Okay, so there you go. There's your Starship Eagle redesign. I like it. Nice and sleek. Looks good. It's got some nice lines. And everything makes sense even. No one can bitch that nothing's getting in the way. See, all the weapons have a clear line of fire. Well, okay. So the missiles are behind the... Yeah, okay, there. That's one. But y'all know me. I don't give a crap about... I don't give a rat's ass about stuff like that. But once we add the new weapons, there won't be a conflict like that. And see, all the engines are firing. There's nothing getting in the way of those. And it's got enough landing gear, both fore and aft. So nobody can bitch about that. See? It makes sense. And it looks good. If I do say so myself.
Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
See? Even he agrees. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Yeah, get up there, Chewbacca. There you go. Queen of the world. Yeah, you know what to do. Give the old slacks or big old thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.